What's up, y'all? Listen, y'all. I was about to go across the street. I thought I had left my cigarettes that I had just bought. Oh, I was about to have one on motherfucking fit. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? Okay. I'm glad I didn't walk across the street and say, my cigarettes I had. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome. Let me close my blinds a little bit. I know my lighting is a little off, but that's all right. That's all right. Hold on, let me clear this. Maybe I look a little better. What's going on? How y'all doing? Oh, I see my what up, Shawanda, the best moderator in the building in these YouTube streets. My cousin is in the building. Cuz I love you. You so funny you be having me in tears when I ever come on somebody. How you doing, my brother? You all right? You still doing your YouTube thing? Y'all make sure y'all check my little cousin out, Thug Passion. Good evening. Well, Mika is in the building. You at work today, Mika? You at work? Mika, can you hit my panel again? Why can't people hit the panel? I just don't know why. Certain people. I'm gonna start going live, y'all, on my other channel. I got 11 over almost 7,000. I mean 12,000 subscribers over there. I need to go over there. I need to go over there anyway. I'm gonna start going over there, and because I can, I'm gonna start going over there. Cause they be having me. I have to go up on their asses sometimes, cuz. But you know, they call me the clapback king for a reason. Thank you all. Look, see, look at that good moderator. She threw up my cousin's page quick as hell. Gone, girl. You better do the damn thing. Shawanda. So I'm hungry this morning, but y'all saw my title. Age does not make a difference. Now it makes a difference when, you know, as far as relationships, because I ain't going with nobody too motherfucking young. Now I can have sex with you. You can be in your early 20s. I can have sex with you now. Come on, somebody. Don't judge me, judge your motherfucking self. Long as you're legal. If you're old enough, you're old. Come on, somebody. But in life, come on, somebody. And I've been noticing this a lot lately. Hold on, y'all. Let me clean my glasses. I gotta clean my glasses because I'm up here looking like a damn fool. Hold on. Hold on. Let me clean these glasses. The reason I keep turning my camera off, I don't want y'all to see me. I'm limping like a motherfucker. And I don't want somebody to think that they can beat my ass because I'm limping. You ever got your ass whooped by a motherfucker that's limping? That would be me. I will fight you and fuck you. I will fight you and fuck you. I'm not the one. I will fight you and fuck you at the same time. You have a black eye and a wet booty. What? Don't judge me. Stand in your motherfucking truth, because I stand in mine. Okay. Beautiful one said, oh, look at the picture. Yeah, listen, y'all. This is when that was my middle school picture. I was in the 8th grade. Look at me. Look at that skin, flawless. Face look like a baby's butt. Baby, they was all on me, the girls and the boys. See, and y'all wonder why I'm like I am. Hell, everybody wanted me. Teachers they passed me just because I was cute. Some people will never know what cuteness. Okay, let me see. Have you ever listened to somebody so damn ugly and your face frown up and you don't even mean to do it? Like, God damn, they ugly. And stop that, ain't nobody ugly. It's some ugly motherfuckers in this world. Come on, y'all. Come on. But I thank God, hopefully I'm aging gracefully. Come on, son. It's some ugly babies. It's some ugly old folk. It's some ugly motherfuckers in this world. But shout out to the other people. They had the best sex because they don't know the next time they gonna get it. So they try to do it real good. What? Don't judge me, judge yourself. Okay. Now, you know what? I was in the car with my mama one day, y'all, and I have a bad habit of always looking in the mirror because people can be cruel. People ain't gonna tell you got some sleep in your eyes, a booger in your nose. I've seen people standing there talking to people that got a booger in their nose that won't say look or get this. That's just evil. I'm gonna tell you, look, hit that eye up, hit that nose up. But anyway, I was looking in the mirror. I got in the car and I always flipped somebody's down and I'm looking. And I told my mama, thank you. Thank you. She said, thank me for what? I said, for having sex with my daddy. And he looked nice and you look nice because y'all made this. And I looked so good. She was like, baby, you don't look as good as you used to. I said, what? She said, you don't look as young as you. Because see, when you look in the mirror, you still see, I don't see what y'all see. I be still seeing this right here. This is what I still see when I look in the mirror. I know I'm a little delusional. Hey, would you be my wifey? Yes, I'll be your wifey. Yeah, 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 yeah. I just heard that song. Ain't that something? And my wifey pops in. So look, y'all, when I look in the mirror, this is what I see right here, this picture. I don't care what nobody say. I still look like this. I still look just like this in my mind. And can't nobody make me see nothing different. I still look this damn good. Okay. But then in reality, I look and go, God damn. But at 57, come on, at 57, um, and I realized that. Now, let's talk about the topic that I want to talk about. Age doesn't matter when it comes to being dumb, when it comes to being stupid. I know a lot of old fools. I know a lot of older people that are dumb. I know a lot of younger people that are smart as hell. See, we think when we get older that we automatically people supposed to respect us. And I know you still like women, laugh out loud. I knew you still like women. So when we get older, we think that people are supposed to automatically just respect us because of our age. Respect is not given, it's earned. Now, I will respect the older person to the point of I'm not going to argue with them or want to fight them because I know they're older. So in that aspect, in that regard, I can walk away. But then it's some old people that need to be cussed the fuck out. And I'm gonna give y'all a good example. My mother and I was at bingo. And my mother has always taught me, respect your elders. So we're at bingo. And this is when you could smoke in bingo, when you could smoke cigarettes. And so it was this one room where they play, a room where people bingo, but all the ashtrays were stacked up in the window. And so I went over there to get me, my mother, my auntie, an ashtray. And so as I was getting I had to reach up, and this older lady was like, "Excuse me." She said, "Baby, could you can you get me like 5 ashtrays?" I said, "Okay." So I got her to five or six ashtrays, and I gave them to her. And so I go back out, and I sit because we're in the other room, and we're sitting there. And then my auntie brought her friend with her, so she needed an ashtray. Now by this time, bingo is about to start. So I go back in there, and there's no more ashtrays. But the older lady is still sitting there. She still got those 6 ashtrays. I guess she was getting them from people. Wasn't nobody there, and bingo had started. And I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, "Can I get one of them ashtrays?" Do you know what that lady said to me? She said, "Yo, young ass, get the ashtray your damn self. I'm using these." And I said, my feelings was hurt. Like, in my mind, I'm like, "Bitch, I got these ashtrays for you." But I would have never said that to her. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't say bitch. Oh, bitch. So I go and I tell my mom. And she was like, "What?" So she said, "Baby, my son, he respectful, but I'll cuss your old ass out." And it was all that. And I was looking at this lady like, see, this is why young people don't want to do shit for older people sometimes. Because some of them think that all young people gonna respect them and just let them say what they want to say. And that's not true. It's nothing worse than seeing somebody old act dumber than these young folk. You have a lot of people on YouTube like that, out here old as hell, and will do some of the dumbest shit, some of the dumb young shit. The way they think, how they look at things. You be like, is this motherfucker really this age? Because are you seeing the same thing that I'm seeing and this is your take on it? Now, in life, a lot of things you learn from experience. I can tell somebody in their 20s all day long, this is going to happen to you. And no, I don't know if that's going to happen to you. I can only tell you my story. I can only tell you what happened to me and how I navigated it, navigated through that. But you have to go through it in order. What's the one people always say? If I knew then what I know now, I used to always say I would never say that. But let me sit here and tell y'all right now, if I knew then what I know now, I would have did some things differently. But nobody could tell me what I was going to. I had to. Some things you just have to go through in order to get it. I can tell somebody, you know what? I got hit by a car and it was the most painful thing ever. And I lay down, the stretcher had to come get me in an ambulance, and you be careful. But now they can get hit by a car and get up and walk away with no scratches. Some things you have to go through. But then some things are common motherfucking sense. Come on, somebody. Some things are common motherfucking sense. And when some of you old motherfuckers don't use your common sense, I look at you side eye. I look at you differently. As my girl Upward Onward would say, I'm looking at you side eye. Hey, Nirvana, good morning, sweetheart. How you doing? So age doesn't make a difference when it comes to common sense. Even a baby can learn not to put their hand over a fire twice. If you burn yourself the first time, you're gonna go back but you got some old dumb folks. You got some old dumb motherfuckers sometimes. You got some old motherfuckers that just don't use common sense. You got some old people that lead younger people the wrong way. It was a duo on here, two women. One was younger, one was older, and the younger one was kind of schooling the older one. And the older one was the follower. I just had a friend, a younger guy in his 30s. It was three of us. We would hang. One was early 30s, the other one was mid 40s, like three different generations. And I was the older one, and I would tell the younger guy, he would never listen. I say, look, sometimes you gotta listen. Nirvana said, oh, I've run into a lot of old stupid mother. Come on. So you get what I'm saying, Nirvana? You get what I'm saying? I know a lot of dumb motherfuckers in their 50s and 60s. And I know some smart, intelligent people in their 20s and 30s. So then we never too old to learn some shit. You got some older people just stuck in their ways and you know what, I've been there and I've done that. No, baby, you did it. You've been there and done that when it was that time. This is a new time. It's a new day and a new age. And we need to shut up sometime and learn something. But young people need to also be open to learn as well. Come on, somebody. I've ran into so many older, just on YouTube alone. Some of the older people are the messiest motherfucking people. Some of the older people will look at a situation, some of the older people will look at a situation and you be like, are they seeing what I'm seeing? Did you just see what I see? You got some old fools, some old dummies in life. That's why when it comes to young people, I always listen to what they're saying. And it's some shit I can learn from them. It's some shit. When you gonna hit my panel one day, Nirvana? I gotta come hit your panel. Have we been on the same? Have we ever been on a panel together? I know we've been in each other's chat. Now, is this some shit at 57 that I didn't know at 27? You damn right. You damn right. You damn right. But you have to learn from it. You have to learn from it. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to learn from life. You have to learn from your experiences. You know, I thank God that I did listen when people said, you know, respect your mama and honor your mama while they're here and love on them while they're here. I did that because the issues that I had some issues with Michael Ann, stuff that I thought she didn't do right. But I had to look back and realize she had me at 19 and a half. So even though she had children before me, she was still learning to be a parent. She was still learning to be a parent. And so I had to say whether she said, hey, apologize or whatever, would that make a difference? And my mama wasn't going to apologize for shit anyway. And so I said, Lord, you know what? I forgive for that. And I just want to appreciate the time I got left with her. And that was the best thing I could have done was just love on her, let all that go and love on her. I've hopped up once to laugh out loud, but your ass might ask me some of anything. No, you need to hop up. You need to hop up. Um, but as I have just turned 57, come on, somebody, 57. That's 5 fucking decades and 7 years. That's almost 6 decades. I am 2/4 a fucking nickel and 2 pennies. I am 2/4 a nickel and 2 pennies. Or 5 dimes, a nickel and 2 pennies. However you want to break that down. I've been around. I've been around the world and I can't find my baby. I don't know and I don't know why. Why? Come on, somebody. Come on. Stop expecting these young people to just respect us just because we're older. No, no, no. And young people, be open to listen to what an older person has to say. You don't have to go by everything they say, but I can take your experience and just use some of that. Use some of that to try to navigate through life. Now, I may not have the same experience, but I can take some of what you said and get something out of it. I'm over here trying to take my vitamins and mind my business. Girl, yeah, you're old, but it's okay. I'll be 50 this year. Come on, so you getting there. You are getting there. And you know what? I always ask people, do you feel different? On each birthday, do you feel a little different? And people say, no, I'm gonna tell y'all this. When I turned 40, which was 17 years ago, oh my God, just to say I turned 40 17 years ago I'm flabbergasted. It's a blessing to get. Listen, I got a story about that, I'm gonna tell you. Just when I turned 40, I was at a restaurant. My sisters were there, my mother and daddy, and my sister's spouses, and I think a couple of my nieces and nephews. And they brought this cake out with a 4 and a 0 on it, with the little candles. And I started crying. Probably because I was drunk. But I said, what have I done with my life? You know, because I try to evaluate my life every year, look back and reminisce. And I felt like I could have done so much more and been so much further. But then I also look and say, I've done some things that a lot of people could only dream of, like travel the country doing gospel plays, and the celebrities that I met. Still to this day, you know, Charlie Wilson, still when I see him, cook dinner for him and his wife. Dottie Peoples being my mama, I call her my mama. I can dial her up and go, hey, I love you. Things like that. So, you know, to be somewhere and somebody go, hey, you know, I remember the play you was in, I enjoyed you. Or people that want your autograph and want to take a picture. Not knowing that I'm sitting here waiting on my bridge card to come on. What? Don't judge me, judge your motherfucking self. I stand in my truth, bitch. So let me tell you a story. Yes, it is. It's a blessing to get out. I'm 42 years old. Come on, Shawana. I didn't know you did plays. Well, yes, I did quite a few plays. Well, one day I'm gonna do a show just on all the people I met I'm gonna name some place I did. I did Through Hell and High Water, God Don't Like Ugly, um, Papa Don't Take No Mess, I Am What God Says I Am, Hair Weave. Um, oh my God. It was another one. What was the name of that play? I Am What God Says I Am, Hair Weave. Oh my God. I wish my girl April Brown was in here. What was the name of that? Oh, Scantless Hair. Um, Papa Don't Take No Mess. It was quite a few. And the people that I worked with, Charlie Wilson, Angela Bofield, Reverend James Moore, Daniel Wine, Dave Hollister. Um, did I say Melissa Morgan? Dottie People, Reverend James Moore, Charlie Wilson, of course, Ray J, Shirley Murdoch. These are things that I've done in my life that I said, you know what? I've done a little something, something. I did a little something, something. I've been across the country on stages in front of thousands. Um, but going back to this younger people too, I was at a bar. I had did comedy at a bar, stand up comedy, and it was at a gay bar. And everybody said, "Yes, you did. Come on, somebody. Come on, white." So after my set, I go to use the bathroom, and it's these two young guys, two young gay guys, young enough to be my sons. I could have been their daddy, and they were arguing about the fight in the bathroom. And I'm trying to get to the stall to go pee because I don't like to pee at the urinal in the gay bar because I don't want everybody seeing my package. Because if they do, then they're gonna be hounding me all night seeing all of this. And it takes me a minute to unroll it, and then I gotta unroll it and then sling it over my shoulder, and it's heavy, and stuff like that. So it takes me a minute to get it out and unravel this big old thing. So what? Don't judge me, judge your motherfucking self. I said what I said. It's that big. So anyway, I tell them, excuse me, they're arguing, they're about to fight. And I touch one on the shoulder. I say, hey, I said, why are y'all arguing with each other? April says, stop. Yeah, I have to unroll this motherfucker and then untie from down by my ankle. And then I got to lift it out and take both hands and lift it up just to pee. That's too much damn work to be doing in front of people. So anyway, matter of fact, you guys, I have a show April the 26th at a church where I'll be doing stand-up comedy. I'm a videotape it. So anyway, for a girl that played my sister in the play for her 60th birthday. So anyway, I tapped the one guy on the shoulder as I'm going by. I said, hey, I did the hey. I said, why are y'all arguing with each other? I said, it's a whole world out there that is against y'all. When y'all leave out this bar, y'all need to stick together. Because see, when I came out and was at the bar, we would come out and if they knew it was a gay bar, what they would do is it'd be straight people out there ready to call us name, and we would fight and kick their asses. We stuck together. And so when I touched the little young boy, this little Negro says, no, this old queen didn't just touch me. He said, no, this old queen didn't just touch. And I looked and I said, you don't even know. He said, I don't know what. I said, you don't even know. You like a deer in the headlights right now. You ever seen a deer see the car coming and stand right there? The lights is all in the deer eye, and the deer still staying there, and the car hit and knocked their ass over. That's what was going to happen. But I had to gather myself and gather my thoughts and say, you know what? This will defeat the purpose of what I'm trying to get over to him right now. I said, look, sir, you act like I'm mad because I'm older. That's a blessing. I said, you have one or two choices. Either die young or get old. It's a blessing because a lot of people ain't going to make it. And baby boy, you need to appreciate older people, especially in this life, in the LGBT life, because we paved the way for you. You can walk around holding hands now because of us. You can walk around with a beard on, a dress, and some combat boots These motherfuckers nowadays with the eyelashes, fingernails, and got a whole beard. That just baffles me because in my day, you could not walk around. They'd be to whoop your ass for that. But the reason they don't fuck you up is because of people like me that kick somebody's ass, that called somebody out of our name. Come on, somebody say, I didn't have it as much because first thing I want you to say is a black man when you see me now. If you sit down, now when you first see me, I want you to say a black man. If you see me walking down the street, you're going to see a black man. Now, if you sit down and talk to me, eventually you're going to get that I'm gay. Or don't let me have a cocktail, you really going to know it. You better hold up. This nigga got a little sugar in his tank. Wait, one day the guy going to ask me, you got sugar in your tank? I say, yeah, but it's equal, bitch. Equal enough to whoop your ass. What the fuck you mean do I got sugar in my tank? Putting around into my beard dress and combat boots. And say, listen, that's how they walk around now. A whole fucking beard. What is that one guy name with the big butt and the beard? And oh my God, I wish I don't know his name. He got married one time. All of that is just too damn confusing for me. What the fuck do you want to be? What the hell do you want to be? Because you're confusing me, and I'm part of your damn community. You confusing the hell out of me. I think I'm gonna make a bacon and a BLT. Oh, y'all see? Okay, y'all see how I gotta walk around? Okay, y'all can see my. Okay, I don't have a stainless steel refrigerator. Not Saucy Santana, Messy C, Messy something is their name. Messy, whatever their name is. But yes, Saucy Santana too. Irks my motherfucking nerves. Do you hear me? Bitch, cut that beard off. Be a woman or be a motherfucker man, but choose one of them. Because you're doing too damn much. You're doing too much. And you're getting on my nerves. You're doing too damn much. Back in my day, they would have whooped his ass walking around looking like that. Nirvana says, oh, I was totally off. Oh yeah, Messy C, yeah, that's the one. All that ass. Looking like a bitch and a nigga at the same time. Okay. I'm putting my bacon into the thing. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even wash my hands. But it's only going, I only smoked a cigarette. What the hell? And I'm eating the motherfucker. So. Hold on. Bacon in this pan. So I'm going to turn. Hopefully, the guy will be ready to go to my storage. If not, then hell, I don't worry about anything. What happens, happens. I love me some bacon, y'all. I think I don't have high blood pressure because the way I eat, you think. Okay. Oh, I'm putting a little more pop. Of course, I got me a good Fago. Okay. Didn't I just finish a cigarette, y'all? So I'm not gonna light another one. I went the whole night without any because I didn't feel like getting up and going to get some. But yeah, you got a lot of old dumb folk out here. The gay community. Did y'all see the short I put up where the trans woman was in a gas station and a Somalian guy said to him, "Oh, you're cute. Fago peach." I cannot stand peach. But I can do a good I love the pineapple. Um, Fry bacon fry. But the trans woman was in the gas station and the Somalian guy, he was like, "You cute. Are you single?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm single. I've been single for a long time." He said, "Take my number down." So she goes over there to give him his number. And the Somalians that worked there was people, Somalians that worked there as well. And they said something in Somalian. And he said, "Oh no." And he walked out. And she was like, "What? What did he just say? What did he just tell you?" He told them that that's a man. And they started laughing. So my thing was this: should trans women tell men that they are men before they give them, like when that man asked him for his number, he should the trans woman had to say, "Look, I want you to know that I'm trans." Why give the number? Because that's an illusion. And some men will fuck you up for that. Bitch, now you talking on the phone. At what point do you tell? If I was trans, I would tell it right up. Hey, you cute, thank you. Now I wouldn't have said nothing, thank you. Are you single? Yes. He would take my number down. That's when I would have been like, okay, well look, um, I want you know I'm trans, right? If too personal, please ignore Mike. But do you? If too personal, Mike, ignore. But do you date trans women, or is it a no for you? Beautiful one. Let me say this. That's like a complicated question. It's a no for me for the fact that I would not go out looking for a trans woman or anything because if I wanted a woman or somebody that looked like a woman, I would get a real woman. That for me, it defeats the purpose. If I wanted a woman or somebody to look like a woman, why not get a real woman? For me, not that's not for nobody else, but for me. Now, I had a lover that we went together 8 years, and they were men. You know, we 8 years that they're no longer here, but the love of my life. And we broke up because they were such a whore. But when we broke up, and I should have knew this because one day I came home, I got to work, and they was in the room, and they was dressed up like a woman with, and but we role played a lot, so I figured that was just a role play. But we had broke up, we went together, and I was so in love with them, even after we broke up, because I left and I didn't want to break up with them, but I had to because they were just, I wasn't enough, but it was just a whore. And so one of his sister, his stepsister, God's sister called me. She said, "Meet me." I'm just saying that. Blah, blah. So she said, "Meet me at the bar." It's a bar called Gigi's. That sounds like a gay bar, don't it? Gigi. The very first gay bar we went to was a Famous Door. But I got so many stories about that. So I go to Gigi's, and I cannot remember the name they announced. And when it was a drag queen performance, and it was my ex lover, and my mouth dropped, and I just could not believe it. And normally that would have turned me off, but I still had sex with them even after that. So, have I ever had sex? Yeah, we still had sex, but I knew them before that, so that had a lot to do with it. Because see, that's what. Let me ask y'all this: have you ever been in a relationship where you love somebody so much, even though y'all broke up, y'all never stopped having sex? Now, this is where I was wrong at. I even had lovers. They had lovers, I had lovers, but we still would have sex, even though we both belong to somebody else. We both belong to someone else as we slept the night away. You know what? This is how good God is. That is one of my favorite songs, Shirley Murdoch. I remember my friend Tony. Matter of fact, I have a video of me and him. He came to see me when I was in the hospital. And he came home. His mother was my 8th grade teacher years before, never even knew. But anyway, we ended up, and I always liked Tony, and we had sex. He came to my house. Me and Roland lived together while I was at Roland's house. And so then he fell asleep. We drunk, left the bar drunk. Of course, we did our thing. And then next morning, there was a knock at the door. It was Tony's lover. I didn't even, well, boyfriend, I didn't even know Tony had nobody. And Roland, crazy ass, let the boy in. So the boy's sitting on the couch, and Roland knocks on the door and says, Tony, your friend out here. And I'm looking at Roland like, oh, you messy bitch. So I get up first. Now Tony scrambling to get, and I'm looking at him like, motherfucker, why didn't you tell me? So I go and I sit down and I come out the room. Now the guy looking at me like, bitch. And I'm looking at the guy like, bitch, I didn't know. And I said, how you doing? He said, hey, Roland puts on. So we're sitting there. Roland turns. This thing, no, I hear this. It's morning, and now it's time for us to say goodbye. Goodbye, baby. And me and the guy is sitting on the couch next to each other. And I am like this, and I'm laughing so hard, like, oh no, this bitch didn't put this on. Fast forward years later, I'm doing a play with Shirley Murdoch. And I'm telling her, I said, you know what? I said, you know, your song, As We Lay. And I told her the story, and she just died laughing. You know, and I had the pleasure of working with her. Like the first time I worked with her was like almost 30 years ago. And then 20 years later to the date, I did a play with her and Ray J. And her son was like, when we first worked together, her son had to be about 9, 10. Years later, he's her manager. And I was able to put the picture up of all three of us when they were younger. And just going to show it was a full circle moment. She's going to be here. I'm going to see her too. She's going to be here. I'm not going to ask for a free ticket like I normally do. I'm going to just get a ticket and then I'm going to go backstage and say, hey, Shirley. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Miss Murdoch. But see, I thank God. And let me tell y'all this. I love my little story time. Let me tell you this. Years ago, in 96 or 97, I was approved for Section 8. Come on, somebody. This was Section 8 person. I got approved for Section 8, right? And so, Section 8, you had to, once they approved you, okay, this bacon looking good. Once they approved you for Section 8, I had to find a place. I had to find a place for them to, you know, they come in and they expect it to approve you. But then, sure, she loves to see you. Seem like, oh yeah, that's my girl. I need some Section 3. Okay, I'll recap it on the line. Thank you. Hello, chat. So listen. Now, I had just got the first part in this play, and the play was about to go on tour. That was God Don't Like Ugly. We was about to go on a 30-city tour. I got to skip all the way to the end so I can be up to date. But I have put it back to listen. Okay. So here now, I got approved for Section 8. Now, but I also just got my first part in this play, God Don't Like Ugly, with all these big celebrities. And we were going on the road. We were going to be traveling on these $1.2 million tour buses with the beds and everything. And I was like, okay. So, but I have to find a place so Section 8 can come and approve it. And so it got down to the wire. I had filled out a lot of applications. And it got down to the wire. And I didn't find a place. Right? So, hold on 1 minute, y'all. Hold on. I can't burn my bacon. Okay, let's do this. Good old bacon. Okay, so we get down to the wire. Put this here, y'all. We get down to the wire. I don't find a place. So I have a choice to make. Do I stay here and find a place and get approved for the Section 8? Or do I go on the road for a chance of a lifetime, right? I chose to go on the road. So I didn't get to Section 8. But somebody was interviewing me and asking me about is there anything about being on the road that I regret? I say, yeah. I said, I regret every time I pay my rent. I think about that Section 8 I could have had, and I wouldn't be paying so damn much. I wish my dumb ass had a found the place before. Y'all get what I'm saying? But if I had not took that chance, I would have never met the people. Y'all see the stainless steel. One of my subscribers gave me this. My subscribers gave me a lot of things. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to the 4C gang, the baddest gang in these YouTube searches. Okay. I think, do I want to put an egg on here? I think I might put an egg on here. Yes, a good old smell of bacon. Okay, wait, where is that one? Holla. Okay. Yeah, I think I will fry me a bacon. So, if I had to do it all over again, I still would choose to go on the road. I still would choose to go on the road and have that experience that I had. I met so many people. I met Lou Ross. I met Bobby Jones from Bobby Jones Gospel. I met, let me make my cousin I'm gonna have to make you a moderator. I have to go back after this. But I met the Candy Man. I met Pierre that played Halle Berry's boyfriend in Babs. I met Mickey Howard. I met Shanice Wilson and her mama and Flex. I met the guy that played and set it off as a little brother that got killed for his haircut. I met so many comedians. I met Kim Whitley. I met, oh my God, I met Ashford and Simpson. I had dinner at their restaurant. Just so many people. Mike Epps. I did a play with Mike Epps and Cole from Martin. I did a play with both of them. I did that. Beautiful. Oh, you wouldn't look at my little cousin. Yes, Tupac. He give you that Tupac vibe. My little cousin give you that Tupac vibe. Y'all make sure y'all check out his channel too. So yes, I would not change that experience for it. Nothing. Just the role life. I always tell this story to y'all. On the weekends, we did 2 shows, a matinee show and an evening show. So they would have it catered. They would cater. So because they didn't want you to have to leave and go get something to eat and something might happen to you when you had another show. My little cousin say, everyone say that about me too. When you look up the Passion 313 HD Gamer, you going to see that thug life. So look, y'all, we're in New York at the Beacon Theater. Beautiful one said, honestly, you made the right choice. Look, I feel like I did too, because look, we're at the Beacon Theater in New York. My head is getting big because I'm feeling like this celebrity, right? We're in Times Square, me and Dottie People, her band. And it was an older couple walking. I was like, oh my God, weren't you in that play at the Beacon Theater? I said, yeah. They said, oh, we enjoyed you. And they wanted to take pictures and an autograph. So now we're doing a matinee show. It's on a Saturday. We already did the matinee show. So I'm in the rooms for the catering. I didn't like the food that they had catered. Whatever it was that day, I just didn't like it. So I decided it's a restaurant right next door. So I go, I leave out the front thing of the theater, of the Beacon Theater. Now you have people that just saw the show, and then you have people that's coming for the next show. As I'm coming out, The people say, "Oh my God, they go Uncle Willie," because I play Uncle Willie, and they got all these program books, so they got my picture. So I'm signing. My stage name is Michael Allen, so I'm signing Michael Allen. There's about 50 people just standing around me. I don't have no bodyguard or anything, and I'm just signing these autographs. I'm getting so tired, y'all, that I started signing, I'm saying Michael Allen. I started signing Michael Waters. The lady was like, "Who is Michael Waters?" I was like, "Oh shit." So now I'm steady trying to ease into the restaurant. I'm standing in front of the door. Nobody can get in, nobody can get out because these people are wanting. Oh my God. The restaurant owner and them didn't even know who I was. All they knew was I had to be somebody. And finally, the owner came out. He was like, "Okay, okay, y'all, let him in. He got to come in." And so when I came into the restaurant, most of the people that were in there eating had just saw the show. And they stood up and gave me a standing ovation and started clapping. You couldn't tell me I wasn't no motherfucking celebrity. The whole restaurant, Hezekiah Walker and his wife was in there as well, the gospel singer. And they stood up and started clapping. So I went over and Hezekiah Walker's wife said, "Come here." She was like, "Boy, oh my God, you were so good. You made the show." And I was like, "Thank you." Then the owner takes me over to a private table by myself. And I sit there, everybody looking at me, and I didn't even have to pay for my food. Come on, somebody. He gave me my food free. But what bothered me was it was a bum that asked for some food and they turned him down. Why would we give somebody? They knew I could have paid for mine, but you gave me mine free. But you told the man that needed it, no, and that bothered me. So I bought the bum. I bought the food for him, and I don't want to call him bum. The homeless man, the man that was down on his luck. I don't know why it says bum. No. So that was a moment, and I will always remember that. I said, "Oh, I need bodyguards. I need bodyguards because I am popular. I am popular. People know they know my name." Hold on me. Okay, so I thank God for those moments. Even to this day, that's happened a couple of times. My nephew, his baby mama. Um, I'll never forget. It was my grandniece's birthday, and so I said, "Well, you know what? This is what I'll do. I'll buy all the food and stuff and the cake for the birthday party." So me and my niece, we're in Walmart, and this is why I knew I was old because we get in there, and my grandniece, her name Faith, she's got to be about 15, 14, 15, somewhere in there now. She was picking out her cake. I'm so used to let's get Betty Crocker and bake the cake in a big tub of sherbet. She picked out the cake with all these damn cupcakes around the cake. I was like, "Wait, it's a cake and cupcake?" Oh, this cake was so much money. I was like, "What the fuck?" I think about $60. I was like, "What?" So anyway, we get the cake and we're walking around and it's these girls. And so the girls they study looking over at her. And my niece-in-law was like, "Who the fuck is they looking at?" And I was like, "I don't know. Pay them no attention." And then one of the girls finally came over. She was like, "Excuse me." She was like, "Excuse me." "Hey, happy Wi-Fi." She was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "I know you." But she looked at it, I said, well, she couldn't have came and saw me in my comedy shows because I cuss like a motherfucker. I said, "What, you seen one of my plays?" She was like, "No." I said, "You seen one of my comedy shows?" She was like, "No." She said, "You be cooking. You be cooking on YouTube, don't you?" She's like, "Oh my God, I love watching you." And look, here my niece-in-law was ready to whoop her ass because she kept looking. And I said, "Niece, do you know you were a celebrity? People gonna look." Y'all know what I did one time when I went to the mall? It was a lot of my friends. It was about 8, 9 of us. And we was going to the store because I'm so silly. I said, "Look, y'all, Y'all go to that store first and y'all be in there. When I come in, everybody just start going, oh my God. So when I walk in, they say, oh my God. And they was asking for autographs to take pictures. The people in the store didn't even know who the hell I was, but treated me like I was a damn celebrity just because y'all try that. Get a group of people to be somewhere when you walk in, they all start standing up asking you for autographs and pictures. Then the other people gonna want to know who the hell you is, and they gonna treat you like a celebrity, even though they don't even know who the hell you are. That's just how gullible we are, some people in life. Because look, if somebody came in here that I didn't know and people jumping up, I would have been like, I don't look like Music Soul Child. I have a picture of me and him. This is when he first started out. We were in Oakland, California, and we were at a venue and we had just finished the show. We were there for a week. And so Music Soul Child had a little our tour bus was way bigger than his little band he had because they just started. But it was him, Indy Ari, and Jill Scott. They were going to be at that venue we were at that next couple of days. So we were checking out the hotel, and it was my birthday. And Music Soul Child was checking in, him and his people. And I didn't know who he was. And the one girl was like, you don't know who that is? I was like, no. She was like, Music Soul Child. I was like, and then she started singing the song. I said, oh, okay. So I took a picture with him on my birthday. He is my height. I didn't know he was that short. I didn't know you know why he always wore them glasses? Because Music Soul Child got a cross eye. I said it. That I can do it like this. So what you looking at, music? No, but you couldn't tell me that I was not a bigger celebrity than Music Soul Child. Come on, somebody. Come on. So, but I've never been starstruck because I feel like it is just a pleasure for you to meet me as it is for me to meet you. Baby, why I ain't never been, oh my God. Oh my God. No. I get more excited about seeing my mama than I did about seeing a celebrity. Mm-mm. No. I never understood that. Like Michael Jackson, them people paid all that money to go to a concert, and then you pass out, and Red Cross got to carry you out on the stretcher. Now you miss it. I'm not gonna pass out and pay some money. I'm not gonna miss this damn concert. I ain't nobody ever made me feel like that. Now, if I meet Jesus, baby, when I lay my eyes upon His glory, then I'm a shout because I know I made it. Because I know I made it. I was in Burger King. Michael Collier was in there from House Party. And a girl that was with us, she was like, oh, hey, Michael Collier. And I knew who he was. And she was like, my friend. And it was so now I don't want a picture with you, nigga. Who the fuck you think you is? And so anyway, he came up, we take a picture. He said, hey, what's your name? I said, I'm comedian Michael Allen. I said, and you are? I said, what's your name? He looked at me like, motherfucker, you don't know me. I did that because I knew it would bring that ego down a little bit. Who the fuck are you, nigga? They want some normalcy, some normalcy. And you got people all the time taking pictures. Ask anybody for autograph. Only person. Now, Charlie Wilson, because I had cooked for him and his wife, because their hotel room was right next to mine. And he was like, Willie, everybody called me by my damn name, Uncle Willie. He said, but whatever we were in Philadelphia at the Corman Suites. And this was the first hotel, because I used to take a hot plate on the road. I cooked for everybody. I took a hot plate and would cook. Everybody would put money together. We go and I cook for everybody. And Charlie Wilson and his wife was like, oh my God, whatever you cooked last night, because it was a whole kitchen and living room. And at the Corman Suites in Philadelphia, I was like, I made it. And when he said, whatever you cooked was so good, Y'all know the next day I went to the grocery store. I got some pork chops. It was either pork chops or pork steaks. I made some baked macaroni and cheese, some collard green, some candy yams, some hot water cornbread patties, and I made 2 plates and I took them over to Charlie Wilson and his wife. They ate the whole thing and they was like, "Oh my God, that was so delicious." Charlie, Uncle Charlie, if you listening, bro, either you can let me open up, either you can let me open up for you. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna have to end this live. Who is it? Hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah. Okay, they are here to do some. Let me move this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Damn it. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So now they're saying, because my one cabinet opened the door and it tilted a little bit. It's still. He was like, "Well, I can replace this." I said, "Well, this too, and this is over the light, which is blocking my light." He was like, "Well," I said, "What about if I put canned goods up there? Because if one coming, I'm thinking the other." He said, "Well, we probably just going to put the whole new thing." That's an inconvenience to me, though. It's a fucking inconvenience. Okay, let me put a little bit of lettuce and tomato. Y'all still here? I'm still here. Okay, I'm gonna get some lettuce, some tomato. Come on, somebody. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I would love to taste my mama chicken one more time. Just one more, mama. I just want to taste your chicken one more time, mama. Mama, I want to taste your chicken one more time. My mama made the best chicken, fried chicken out of anybody. Yes, she did. Okay, so now y'all see that? Y'all see that? Bacon, egg, lettuce, and tomato. Look at that, y'all. That, look at that. Come on, somebody. Hold on. So that was the maintenance man. I just said, I said, because I cook. What about my canned good? The guy named Clay, he said, oh, you cook? Oh, I got to get with you. He said, I live right upstairs from you. I wanted to say, motherfucker, what the hell do you be making all that goddamn noise for? You don't stop that shit. I'ma beat your ass. But the God in me said, Michael, don't stay there. The God in me was like, Michael, don't do that. Don't do that. Like you ain't gonna make me hungry again like you did the other night. I ain't fooling with you. Come on, wifey. Y'all, that hamburger helper was so good the other night. Oh my God. When I tell you I ain't ate hamburger helper in years. Okay, let me cut this. Look how good. Look, wait, y'all. Look how good. Look how good that looks. Come on, somebody with some tomato. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, my love. I waited for you, my darling. Oh, my love. Hold on, y'all. Ah, ah, oh. He told me, don't do nothing to the cabinet until Negro. I can't do anything to the cabinet. Yeah, I can't do anything to the cabinet. I don't want it to fall off the wall. Come on, somebody. Uh, Let me move that little box over there. Because I got so many boxes of stuff. The indoor grill fans and toasters and all of that. Okay, y'all. So, dear Lord Father God, I thank you. I thank you for this wonderful food that I'm about to receive for the nourishment of my body. I thank you for life. I thank you for everything. In your son, Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. I'm gonna give me y'all straight guy. What up, nigga? What up, little fella? Okay. What is? Oh, that bacon tastes so good. Look at this, y'all. Y'all want to buy? I know, right? April. He's staying all slim and trip. Let's see this, y'all. Mm. Mm. You know what? That egg just set it off. Ah. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Mhm. Mm. Mm. Look at all that goodness. Mm, 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 mm. You know what? I'm so glad I grew up in a house where food was not a thing. Hey, Brandy, baby. Girl, that number you gave me, is it right? I tried calling it. Brandy, I called you drunk on my birthday. And I was like, this ain't the right number. So look, y'all, I'm glad food was not a priority and not an issue in our household. Because for a lot of people it was. For a lot of people, you let me look again. Yes, let me look again. Mm. I remember spending the night over some friend's house and we were playing and we got hungry, so they opened up some Ritz crackers in the mama's cabinet. And hold on. Oh. And so the mama came home, baby. She went off about them Ritz crackers. And I called my mom. I said, I'm ready to come home. We could eat whatever we wanted as long as we didn't waste it. But if it was in the refrigerator or in the cabinet, we could eat it. Nothing was off limits to us, but my mom was rock and roll. And she always had us popping Kool-Aid. But I knew I loved food when mm, 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 mm. Uh, um, a video just popped up of me and my mama. And on this video, I'm asking my mama, Mama, what's the favorite thing you cooked me growing up that I love? She was like, my shake and bake. But for some reason, her shake and bake barbecue chicken. The first time I ever tasted that, my God. I said, Mama, I think I ate like 4 pieces and then I wanted 2 more. She said, boy, now you eating just to eat. But she let me eat as many as I wanted to. Mm. And, you know, I look back on it now and I just think about how my mama cooked dinner every night, boy. We all sat down at the table together as a family. That was way before cell phone. And we sat around and we talked. My mom had this brown wooden, yes, my, it's the right one. You might have called and I was at work. Really? Oh, okay. So, oh, the sandwich so damn delicious, y'all. The brown table. It was my mama had a glass table, glass coffee table. Baby, you did not play with that table. You didn't play with her wet knots. We didn't break nothing. We could fight all around that damn table, but we never hit that table. My mama wasn't gonna kill her. Oh, mama. We wasn't gonna fuck with that table, though, that's for sure. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, this was so good. Oh my God, this was delicious, y'all. That mandarin, that lettuce and tomato, nice crisp lettuce. Come on, somebody. Mm, 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 mm. This is delicious. Very, very delicious. Oh, that saltiness of the bacon. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Man, it's a damn like to make me hungry. Mm. Baby, some food is like an aphrodisiac. Mm. Mm. You know how something be so good? You take smaller bite because you want us to laugh. Mm, 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 mm. My God. My God. Mm. Y'all, look right here. They may have to come tomorrow. Mm. That's what you call something good. That's what you call. Mm. That's what you call. Mike, you did that sandwich. Mm, 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 mm. Come on, somebody. I am such a pig. I am such a pig. Now I'm gonna have me a cigarette. I don't know what this man is gonna do, what they trying to do to my camera. It looks like it all want to fall out on me. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. Look how good I look, y'all. Don't I look good? I look good as hell. Uh, uh, uh. I look so good in that picture, though. That was my graduation picture in middle school, the wicked chair, baby. Look, I had the little S curls. Ever said, Brandon, it runs off on all of us. I love to eat. And I love to eat food too. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Look at me. I was so young and vibrant. Had stamina. All right, y'all. I think I've been on here for an hour and 19 minutes. Now what's 20 minutes? Hopefully I entertained you guys. You look handsome, like, okay, go get it with your badge. Come on, I was a shit back then. Hell, I still am. Come on, somebody. I was cute. I had my choice of who it is that I wanted. That's for sure. I was in love with was he my math teacher or English teacher? Mr. Pearson. I'm gonna have to download a picture. And I was in love with him. He was just so gorgeous, but everybody was. And about 4 or 5 years ago, my favorite teacher, Mr. Tucker, died. And I went to his funeral. And Mr. Pierce was there, still looking good. And I said, Mrs. Pierce, you don't know how much I loved you as my teacher. He was like, I loved you too, Waters. I want to say, no, I loved you. Can I get some now? No. Oh, Lord. Wasn't like he could expel me. Or I wasn't like I was too young. Still look good, Mr. Pearson. He was a young teacher too. I always wore them pants with the boxers, so you could see everything. Okay, why am I reminiscing about my? I have issues, y'all. I have I have some bad issues. But we live, we learn. Can't have everything we want. But I still would have gave him some. I still would have did it. Come on, Mr. Pearson, let's get it in. Can I get an A now, nigga? Can I get a motherfucking A now? No. Amen at least. Give me an amen at least. What? Don't judge me, y'all. Judge your damn self. Okay, look, y'all, this is your boy, comedian Michael Allen, and I ate that BLT. I got the itis. Oh, I do that so much now. The maintenance man's supposed to come back. Oh, God. He an older guy. He halfway know what he's doing. But, so do me a favor, you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, share. And if you like my videos and you want to support this channel, because it is a business, $313 comedian. And on top of that, my birthday is going to be to the end of this month, and I'm always accepting gifts. What? Don't judge me. Judge yourself. A lot of people tell me, I get on here just for fun. Baby, I get on here just to try to be a little bit better, get a little bit better, and all that good stuff. You all have a blessed day on purpose. Enjoy your weekend. Yes, y'all. I'm gonna go to church tomorrow and pray. Pray for blessings upon blessings, not only for me, but for you guys as well. All right, this your boy, Comedian Michael Allen. I'm out. Peace.